Hey everyone, I'm Jacq. This is Yoga TX, and this is a full body flow. It's stretchy and it's strengthening because both of those things are important. You know, we've got to have both to have balance. Some of us are naturally more flexible and some of us are maybe more strong. So you can kind of pick which one you want to focus on as we go along. I hope you enjoy. So we'll begin seated. I'm sitting on my shins. If this is comfortable for you, meet me here. Otherwise, any way you want to sit works just great. We're gonna get right into it. So interlace your fingers, take a breath in, lift your chest a little bit, and then as you breathe out, round your spine like cat pose, flip your palms, press them away from you. As you inhale, sit up tall, stretch your arms overhead, and then exhale, cactus arms, lift the chest a little bit. Let's try that again. So inhale, lace your fingers, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine, scoop your palms forward. Inhale, lift your palms to the sky, long spine. Exhale, cactus arms. Let's give it one more go. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, scoop the belly in, push your hands away from you. Inhale, rise up tall. And exhale, bend your elbows, lift your chest. From here, lay your chest forward onto your thighs like child's pose, but it's a child's pose with your knees close together. Take your hands near your outer heels. Cup your hands around your heels or anywhere your hands can grab. And then listen closely for rabbit pose if this is new for you. Lift your butt and roll right onto the crown of your head. So the very top of your head, that's important so you keep your neck safe. Your chin is a little bit tucked in. You're looking at your knees for sure. Hugging your hands around your heels, give yourself a stretch right behind the back of your heart. And then notice if you've stopped breathing. See if you can come back to a smooth and fluid breath. Let's take one more breath in, one more breath out. Good, and then slowly bring your seat back to your heels. Stretch your arms forward to the top of your mat and come onto your hands and your knees. So get yourself a good stack here with your shoulders right above your wrists. So shoulders don't pass the crease of your wrists. Hips are under your knees. As you inhale, lift your sit bones, drop your belly, look forward, find cow pose. And as you exhale, round your spine for cat pose. A few more times like that with your breath. Inhale, front body opens, and then exhale, back body opens. Breathe in, and breathe out. One more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Come back to a neutral spine. Keep your hips and your torso as still as you can and bring your left elbow where your left hand was. And then your right elbow where your right hand was. And then bring your left hand where your left elbow was and your right hand where your right elbow was. And then keep going. Start with the right side this time. Come back up and then start with the left side. So notice if your hips are wiggling a lot and see if you can cut that out. And if you can, it becomes a little bit of a sneaky core exercise here. So let's go one more time after this. Doesn't matter if you're faster or slower than me. Oops, I'm adding one more in. Pause when you're on your forearms. And yes, we're stepping back into a forearm plank pose. So tuck your toes, lengthen your legs, press your forearms down into the mat. As you lift your kneecaps and engage your glutes a little bit, so it's not all in the upper body. Take another big breath in. Notice if your head is dropping down and see if you can let the back of the skull lift just a little bit. And then slowly lower pelvis down to the mat. Tops of thighs, untuck your toes. We're in Sphinx pose. So lift your gaze forward and imagine you could tug your elbows a little bit back behind you so that your heart moves forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades, keep your neck long. And if this hurts your lower back at all, then try engaging your glutes and pointing your tailbone toward your inner knees. So you give a little more space to the lower back. Take one more breath in. And then breathe out, widen your elbows, bring your chest and your forehead down to the mat. Stretch your left elbow off to the diagonal, or left arm off to the diagonal. As you roll onto your left side, you can use your right arm like a kickstand in front of you. So first, just see if you can find your balance. Getting a little stretch into the left side of the chest, and then pick up your right foot, touch the right toes behind you. You can kind of deepen it into a twist. Take one more big breath in, and one more big breath out. We're keeping it simple. Heading straight over to the other side, so roll onto the belly, right arm onto the diagonal, right cheek and ear onto the mat, roll onto the right side, find your balance, lift the right leg, touch the toes behind you. It's the left leg, it's the top leg, that's what I mean. Take a breath in, and a full breath out. Roll over onto your belly. Come through hands and knees, and then downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, let your head drop. Let's pedal out through the heels a little bit. So bend one knee, drop the other heel, and then vice versa. Turn your head a little bit from side to side, letting your neck release. You can even move your hips side to side. Just give yourself a little free movement here. Downward dog. Let's be still as you press your finger pads into your mat, move your shoulders out of your ears, hug your front ribs together, and really lift your sit bones high, which for most of us means we have to bend the knees a little bit. Your heels do not have to touch the mat. Take a full breath in, spine is long. Complete breath out. Send your right leg high behind you as you breathe in. And then step your right foot forward between your thumbs. Lower your back knee down onto the ground. If your knees are sensitive, take a blanket under your back knee and then stretch your arms up. For today, we'll keep our back toes tucked. Stay with me. Take an inhale. And then exhale, lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale, lower your back knee. Whoa, exhale, lift your back knee. You know we're gonna keep doing it. Inhale, lower. It's strengthening and stretching today. Exhale, lift. So we lift on the exhale, lower on the inhale. Let's go one more time. Exhale, lift. Stay here, breathe in. Now warrior two might feel like a big relief as you breathe out. So front knee stacks over your front heel. Stretch your arms out, relax your shoulders. Feel spacious, really opening. Take up a lot of space on your mat. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Keep your inner right knee tracking forward. And then take your hands down to the ground. Lift your back heel so you're in a lunge. Lower your back knee. Bring your right knee next to your left knee, and then your left elbow to the ground. And then your right elbow to the ground. And step back, forearm plank pose. Take an inhale. Get strong. This is really a full body pose. Press into the ground with your hands. Let your low belly lift toward your spine. And then lift your butt by walking your feet toward your elbows for dolphin pose. Walk in any amount. Any amount is good. You can lift up nice and high, but think downward dog just on your forearms. Take another inhale. And then walk your feet back, forearm plank pose. And yes, we'll go all the way to Sphinx pose. Lower the pelvis, the thighs, untuck the toes. Let the heart peek forward. Breathe in and breathe all the way out. Extend your left arm to the left diagonal. Roll onto your left side. Let your right toes tap behind you. And then we'll go right over to the other side. Right arm stretches diagonally. Roll onto the right side. Left toes tap behind you. Roll onto the belly. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Stay here, full breath in. Jaws relaxed, full breath out. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Step your left foot forward between your thumbs. Let your back knee touch the ground, but keep your back toes tucked as well. Lift your chest and your arms. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, lift your back knee. Inhale, lower your back knee. Exhale, lift your back knee. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. How about one more? Inhale. Exhale. Stay. Breathe in. Warrior two as you breathe out, nice and open. Feel like your inner left knee is what's tracking forward. Make sure it's not dipping in or dipping out, but it's just stacking over the heel. Even look at your right arm in space, left arm in space, so you're nice and even. And then flip your front palm, reverse. Big breath into the left lung. Take your hands down to frame your front foot. Drop your back knee. Take your left knee next to your right knee, and then your right forearm to the ground, and then your left forearm to the ground. One at a time, extend your legs long. It's the last one, I promise. Forearm plank. Tiptoe your toes toward your elbows, lifting your butt high. This is an awesome place to stay. You can stay just like this, keep breathing. If you have further to explore, lift your gaze a little bit forward, as if you were gonna look at your fingertips, and then see if you can lift one leg. Lift from the inseam of your leg, so your inner right thigh lifts up. You can even come onto the left toes and shift yourself forward a little bit. And then switch it, because we always have to do the other side. Left side lifts. Left hip stays pointing down, so don't open the hips. Keep the hips nice and even. You could roll onto the right toes this time. Great shoulder strengthening today. And then hallelujah, let it go. Walk back through your forearm plank, right into your Sphinx pose. We've been here. The body knows, let yourself land. Let your shoulders relax. Keeping your gaze forward, back of neck long. And then this time, stack your hands, widen your elbows, and let your forehead rest on your hands. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Turn your toes in, your heels out. Pretty dynamic practice today, so just feel what is happening in your body. My heart is beating. I feel my breath starting to slow down a little bit. Staying present in our bodies is really what makes this practice so magical. Take one more full breath in and one more full breath out. You can stay just like this for Savasana. If the grounding, belly down feels comforting and soothing, stay here. If this isn't so comfortable, roll onto your back for a traditional Savasana, and we'll take another moment to settle. If your mind feels busy, let your mind receive your breath. It might be helpful to even say in your mind, now I'm breathing in, and now I'm breathing out. Now I'm breathing in, and now I'm breathing out. If you're still on your belly, like I am, you can press through a child's pose or hands and knees to slowly make your way back to sit. Of course, if you have more time to rest, take it. Over the next breath or two, let's meet seated to intentionally close our practice together. You can bring your hands to your heart. Let your eyelids close or let your eyes rest in one place. Take the biggest breath of your day. So inhale, super big. Fill all the way up to the top, and then open the mouth. Exhale with a ha sound. You showed up to your most important meeting of the day. Thank you for that. Let's bring the thumb knuckles to the center of the forehead, this place of deep wisdom. Take a bow in gratitude for the practice. You can let your head lift, release your hands. Follow along here at Yoga TX. Lots of more goodies coming at you. I'm on Instagram at Mindfulish, and I will see you soon.